So we're supposed to have a historic snowfall between tonight and tomorrow, 36 hours of snow. And I just got this generator back together. I had to replace the little base plate on the fuel tank. The petcock had cracked, and it was one whole unit, so I had to either buy a new one, and it had to get shipped from England, or I was going to make one, and I ended up making one. But I got it together now, and the oil that was in it, the oil was okay, but it was a little dark, so I decided to change the oil, and realized I don't have a funnel that'll make it inside that little fill hole. That's the one problem with these small engines, is that the fill port for the oil is just ridiculously small. But anyway, I'm going to show you how to make kind of a makeshift funnel if you don't have something. If you don't have one small enough, or you're in a bind and you need one. So you can get a couple pieces of paper. I usually use two. You know, you can use a couple if you wanted to, if you got a decent amount of oil to pour. But roll it into a cone there with a hole the size you need, and then just staple it. And you don't even necessarily have to staple it. I only have it because I have it in my truck. It's handy. And then just stick that thing in there. Pour away. Might make a little bit of a mess, but better than trying to do it by hand, that's for sure. I mean, this application, you wouldn't be able to do it by hand. You can't get it in there. The tire's in the way. I can assure you I'm not pulling the tire off. Oil's cold. I'm pouring very easy. I over poured. I got it on top of this funnel. Everybody's freaking out. They say this is supposed to be one of the top 5 storms in the history of Washington, D.C. Now, granted, we're not in Washington, D.C., but we're pretty close to it. I know we've got more snow than what they're calling for. They're calling for 2 feet. I can remember getting 3. But I went into Home Depot just as an afterthought, was going to get Natalie a sled. And it's mayhem. Everybody's buying up all the snow blowers. Everybody's freaking out. Everybody's angry. I don't get that. It's like you're the one that waited until the day it started snowing to buy snow shovels and salt. And everybody's indignant because they're sold out of salt, as if it's Home Depot's fault. This can't hold that much oil. I bought this generator from a guy I worked with a few years back. It's a diesel. This thing fires right up. It'll probably make a liar out of me now, but it's almost full. I've used these paper funnels on jobs before, and it always works great. Throw it away, you don't have to clean it up. I was in a service truck the other day. I drove all the way from here to Baltimore, about 30 miles. I pulled into the shop in Baltimore and realized one of the bins had come undone and opened up going down the road, and I lost one of my transmission funnels. Go figure, huh? Alright, let's see what's... Hold on a second here. And there it is, an emergency funnel.